Hello, everybody. Have you ever wondered about life existing somewhere else other than Earth? Because I always have. My name is George David. I am a senior at Wayne State University and I'm studying mechanical engineering. I've always been fascinated with the aerospace field, um, being that astronautics is half of aerospace, being aeronautics and astronautics. I've always researched it on my free time, and I feel like I'm very qualified to teach you about this essay. My main purpose of this essay is to teach people about science. Is that if you're proven right or wrong, it doesn't matter because in the end of the day, it's what you take with you. It's the knowledge that you gain no matter what. So this is the outline of this presentation. We're going to start off with the introduction of the planet, how there could be life and how there is water on K12-18b, why there might be no life on K12-18b, and what does this tell scientists ultimately. This is what these 3 points are what the article is telling you. So this planet was founded nearly 20 years ago, and it was given the name K12-18b, and it's just now popping up because back then the ultimate discovery was finding other planets not within our solar system. The 3 main things a planet needs in order to contain life are the correct temperature to sustain water, the molecules needed to create water, and an atmosphere. This planet has all 3 of these requirements, which is why there could be life on this planet. But then they go and talk about, although it does have all these requirements, there still are other reasons for this planet not to have life, which is one of the biggest things of science, is doubting yourself until you're proven right. Scientists chose to study this planet because it orbits a red dwarf sun, which means that the planet might be a solid or even a liquid, because typically solid, rocky planets orbit red dwarfs. In order for there to be water on a planet, it has other requirements. The planet must have the correct molecules for water, which are hydrogen and oxygen. The planet also needs to have an atmosphere, but something odd about this one is that they think that this planet might be completely comprised of water vapor atmosphere. Scientists have also found that this planet contains water vapor, but water vapor won't sustain life because liquid water is needed to sustain life. It is within the habitable zone, and the habitable zone is the area where a planet orbits a sun where it seems just like Earth. When it orbits in this habitable zone, it has a pressure of about 1 Earth atmosphere and a temperature close to room temperature, which allows for there to be a water cycle, which allows for liquid water, which is able to sustain life. Now, why there might not be life on this planet is because this planet is as similar to Earth as it is different. It's twice the size of Earth and most likely has a core of solid ice or solid rock, and might have an atmosphere entirely comprised of water vapor or hydrogen, which is completely different than Earth. This planet is also 110 light years away from Earth. The sun it's orbiting is a red dwarf sun. Earth orbits a yellow dwarf sun. The sun it is orbiting is also less bright than our sun, which means that the planet needs to be closer to its sun in order to be within that habitable zone. And scientists still aren't sure about whether or not this planet is a solid, liquid, or gaseous surface, which is really important in order to sustain life. And even if there was life on this planet, it would most likely be microbacteria and wouldn't contain other life forms such as humans. Now, the ultimate thing that this tells scientists is that it tells scientists that there's a lot of hope for life somewhere else in the universe. Is that there's a planet out there that's so similar to Earth, but yet also so different. It also talks about how an atmosphere formed for a planet such as K12-18b, that it rotates or that it orbits a red dwarf sun, and that the atmosphere doesn't need to be similar to ours. It doesn't have to be comprised of nitrogen, oxygen, and carbon. This one's possibly made of completely water vapor. And this could even tell scientists that studying planets that orbit red dwarfs are misleading and don't need to be studied at all, or it could mean the opposite of this, because scientists generally like to study red dwarf planets that orbit red dwarfs because they're solids. They got a solid surface, and they make that a priority. And this article wants you to take 3 things from it: is that a planet in the universe might be able to sustain life. It also might not be able to sustain life, like most planets. And regardless of its outcome, this helps scientists find out a lot more about the universe. And what I want you to take from this is that this is science, and you should always be trying to make new discoveries, but also doubting them at the same time. If you prove yourself to be wrong or right, there's always something to learn. And just like in this article, whether or not this planet contains life or does, it doesn't matter because they've learned so much from this from their discoveries, from their experiments.